this process of envisioning possibility, envisioning a happy, conscious community, global community, living, loving, harmonizing, serving, evolving, teaching, educating, healing everything, healing the world. We envision that. If we hold that vision, if we intend that, and if every single thing that we do from this moment on, every thought, every decision, every action, every behavior, every interaction, every conversation is focused, laser focused on bringing that into existence, fully existing, operating, every operational capacity, we're being practical and grounded, every heartfelt emotional capacity, every spiritual capacity, every refined and evolved, orchestrated, and well-organized and effective and efficient application of human energy constantly, not working ourselves to a frazzle, co-creating together, bringing healthy, wonderful possibilities into existence out of love for each other, out of love for our world, out of love for our children and future generations, out of love for all the animals and insects, the rivers, the oceans, the mountains. We can do that. If we couldn't do that, we couldn't even be talking about it right now. We wouldn't even be able to put it into words. If it wasn't possible, we couldn't put it into words. We couldn't envision it. We couldn't imagine it. We couldn't meditate upon it. We couldn't focus on it. We couldn't intend it. So we can. So it's an option on the menu. We have the capacity to create a very intelligent network of human life process that's far more connected, far more interwoven, far more integrated, synthesized, collaborative, and synchronized than we currently operate from. And where people are heard by the network. It's not like speaking in a soundproof booth where your voice just goes away to nowhere. It's where the echoes of people's voices have effect, and there are specific connections, system to system, that this can grow like roots of a tree out into the world and connect and bring together humanity efficiently, effectively, constructively, and functionally. And that connectedness, once people have experienced that connectedness, they don't want it to go away. They want to participate in it. And once they've recognized they can have constructive influence in the world and see the benefit reflected back to them of their constructive influence, then they tend to want to do more of that. There's a lot of distractions in our world that try to keep us focused on the negative or the fear-producing or the dramatic. If we had a system of positive reinforcement globally, people would be far more resilient as individuals and collectives emotionally, mentally, emotionally. They would have a lot more energy to offer the world, to offer each other, and to offer their families, because they wouldn't be battling everybody else. They'd be working together for common goals, common values, common goals that are communicated. That doesn't mean turning everybody in the world into meerkats that all see the world the same way and all turn their heads towards predators all at the same time. It means the capacity to arrive at collective understandings and collective wisdom, collective consciousness, collective discernment, not collective unconsciousness or collective consensus consciousness based on tribal beliefs, fragmented cultural beliefs, competing religions, competing cultures, competing races, competing genders. It means empowerment, empowerment of women that have not been empowered traditionally in our world, and a venue and a path and a process for their empowerment. education and healing of the wounds in the masculine, the wounds in the feminine, the wounds in various cultures, the wounds in various nations, the wounds in various races that have remained unhealed because there has not been a delivery system for healing to occur. We haven't had a way to suss out, to define, to understand the collective wounding of our world. We haven't had a delivery system to apply a soothing balm to those wounds, to bring collective understanding that would have allowed and supported collective healing to occur. And that has led to collective fragmentation, culturally, nationally, racially, gender, etc. How do we get over our past if we don't have a collective mechanism of healing? How do we work together if we don't have a way to collectively arrive at trust models and have an integrous system to support it that we can have personal contribution in, personal influence in, personal effect in, and thus personally care about the process of? If we look at this as a circulatory system and a nervous system, if we look at this as a process of collective consciousness evolution, it all becomes quite feasible and recognizably valid. The wonderful movie Field of Dreams, if you build it, they will come. That is the way of things. When we build it, when we generate, right now we're architecting it technologically and generating a system to fund it with its introduction in the world, with its positive intentions, with the invitation to the world to participate, to collaborate for free on this network. We feel that it will be a ever more recognizable necessity. As the pressures of our world increase, as the dysfunctions increase, we need a harbor. We need a developmental space where we can congregate functionally, constructively, and with trust. We're just in the beginning of this very rapid evolution. Humanity has been accelerating away from that oneness with the systems of the world, the natural process of the world. And shifting that trajectory is something that we hope into alignment with the existing systems of the world. We feel is necessary. Every other species on the planet is required to operate in harmony with the other systems, the other species of the planet, whether it's for geographical reasons or food availability reasons or predators, keeping them in balance, whatever. Only humanity, with its misapplication of adaptive technology, has had the option of accelerating out of sync. And now we're being pushed back on by the planet, by the environment, and that's good. We may not like it. That said, how we meet that transformational pressure, formatively or destructively, is the defining moment of conscious choice that's before us. So we absolutely agree, and thank you.